sharing memes in my Discord. This one says it's all three Spider-Men. It's three Spoodermen. It's three Spoodermans, and one says COVID cough, and one says weed cough, and the other one says wildfire cough. And they're all pointing at each other.
I love
that's literally us talking to each other.
I love how in like 15 seconds Sam managed to like morph into like someone's aunt or like grandmother who like pulls out the funny joke and then explains it what's happening. Like, look, they're all they're all pointing at
I had to explain it because we're doing a podcast and no one can see it. God, AJ, don't worry, your time is coming for all the fun things that we have planned for you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm about to sneeze, as I was going to say the whole, here, you say the Minisode thing, and I'm about to sneeze, so why don't one of you say that, and I'll back away before I just explode the mic.
Wow.
All right, well, welcome to the Minisode of Everyone Sucks Here with Sam, Sushie, and AJ, and he's just creeping in the corner with his mouth wide open.
It's not coming. I thought it was gonna come.
Sitting like a gargoyle.
That's the worst feeling. Like when you get when you have to sneeze and then suddenly it doesn't come out.
You get a sneeze cock block.
Yeah. It's like just two cocks striping nose.
Oh.
Blocking it.
Do you know what that's like?
A caca in the back. It's just AJ being a gargoyle.
Is that what a gargoyle sounds like?
I don't know.
Maybe.
They're not real, so.
Have you ever heard a pterodactyl?
How dare you, a woman of New York, the city of gargoyles, say gargoyles aren't real?
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. I love that cartoon.
God, I completely forgot about them.
That's on Disney Plus, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God, we have to watch that.
That's like the one, like, I think that's like the, oh, my God. Okay, I was going to say that's like the one Halloween thing that's probably on there. I have a quick little story.
Of course you do.
And this happened yesterday. This is involving Halloween, so I thought you guys would care about this. So basically, I get a message from Allie, fan of the podcast, Allie, my sister. Yeah.
Hi, Allie.
And I haven't spoken to her in a while. Like it's been a little time. We do our separate thing for a while, but all it says, and I read it in the most dire voice because it came pretty late at night too, and all it says was, "Mom doesn't remember Hocus Pocus."
It comes out about 25 times a year in the month of October. You'll catch it.
I just love the fact that something happened between my mom and my sister where somehow that topic came up and Mom was like, "I don't remember that." Now he's like, he has to know. No. Like, he must know right now.
She just continuously sends Sarah Jessica Parker like gifts.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
She's the blonde one.
Yeah, she's
the blonde one. Yeah. I forgot that she was the blonde one.
Wow. Yeah. And you call yourself a Hocus Pocus fan. I'm telling Allie.
He's a little Hocus Pocus fan.
So, I grew up in the city post or during Sex in the City, which still to this day I claim is the worst thing that ever happened to this fucking town. But anyway, I digress. So Sarah Jessica Parker was super duper fucking famous from that, right? Yeah. And I think she lived in the city. I don't remember it or whatever. So I always, and sometimes like you run into celebrities on the street, like it's just a thing.
Yeah.
And I always said that like if I ran into SJP, I would never bring up Sex in the City or whatever, like square pegs or anything like that. I'd be like, I loved you in Hocus Pocus. Like that is what I committed to memory. If I ever saw Sarah Jessica, I loved you in Hocus Pocus.
Honestly, Hocus Pocus was like one of the like better Halloween movies. Like I feel like it's aged pretty well. Like even now I can watch it. Like it's the Hollywood, like all the jokes and shit are so stupid, but I love them. And Sarah Jessica Parker is really fucking good as the ditzy blonde witch.
She had so much fun in that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She like I feel like she's unscripted most of the time, and she's just like they're like, okay, just
do whatever
the fuck you want. Be stupid, basically. Be quote unquote be blonde or whatever. Like
it like I hate to think of it, but it's such a cult classic that It's one of those films where at some point in time they're going to try to fucking remake it.
And that's just
We're my goddamn dead body.
Like, how do you replace? Like, how do you remake a movie and like recast like Bette Midler? Like, she has such a perfect face and like the teeth and everything.
They have to bring her back.
Yeah,
they'd have to bring her back.
And
it would just be a complete remake of everyone
they're just
that
older.
was in the movie.
Yeah.
You have this like 47-year-old man playing Max and his 38-year-old sister, and she's like, he's a little leaguer.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. And he's a virgin.
God.
When a virgin lights the candle. So we are watching Hocus Pocus, by the way. It's on the movie night.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We already planned out the whole October.
I haven't seen
movie
Hocus
night.
Pocus in years.
So, that being said, Sushie, it is October.
It is.
October 1st. We're letting people know right now when we recorded this. That way, when it comes out in the middle of the month, they're going, what the fuck? But
Why we're so excited.
But what have you got for us? What sort of spooky, scary skeletons do you have for us in your asshole and in your relationships?
I don't have any spooky assholes. I wish I thought of that. That would have been smart.
I didn't think about it either, so I just thought about it on the fly. So next time.
Yeah, maybe next week we could do one.
Yeah, we'll find
That'll
some
get up
spooky
in
ones.
time.
As we get farther into October, there's going to be some shit like, man, I saw my girlfriend fucking that 12-foot skeleton from Home Depot, and now I feel emasculated, or whatever the fuck. Am I the asshole? Like,
probably. We'll see that.
So what do you got for us?
What do I have? Okay. My spicy asshole is, am I the asshole for moving out mid-lease and stranding my roommate with full rent after his girlfriend keeps accusing me of being quote-unquote creepy? So I've been living with my current roommate for 2 years now. I'm actually subletting, and I'm on the second year, which is month to month. But we've had unofficial verbal agreement that I'd stay until the end of the year. I mean, it's a pandemic. I didn't think I'd move either. Anyways, his girlfriend moved in beginning of this year. It's been a lot. She's obviously had some trauma in the past. I didn't dig, but I believe she was the victim of a home robbery a few years back. Well, when she first moved in, my roommate had some quote-unquote ground rules for me so his girlfriend would be more comfortable. She obviously wasn't thrilled about having another roommate. He said I couldn't talk to her, like strike up a conversation, if he wasn't there because she doesn't want to have to talk to me if she didn't have to.
What?
Where you want to live together.
Off to a fantastic start. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, this is great. Like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
I've been in situations where you don't talk to the roommate before, and it just gets progressively worse every single day. Every day that you don't break that silence is every day that your life is worse.
God.
I feel like you're in a prison in your own house. Like, you know, you don't have to love everyone that's in your roommate situation, but just be like, hey, what's up, bro? You know?
Yeah.
It just makes it so weird. Like, don't talk. Don't look at me. Like, then don't have a roommate. That's your choice.
Yeah.
You sound like you should not have, like, if you're the really off-put by other people, don't have a roommate. You gotta get a third job for that one then if you're gonna be weird like that. Where did I leave off? Okay, so don't talk to her. Don't strike up a conversation if he isn't there. He also said it would be best if we try to not use the same facilities at the same time. Like if she's cooking in the kitchen, I should wait until she leaves before I grab food, etc. Like, yes, it's strange, but I figured it's his place or whatever. I'm not trying to befriend her either. Things got worse in recent months because we've all been working from home. It's really hard to avoid someone 24/7. So obviously I've slipped up more. One time I came home from Costco and offered her a spare bottle of coconut water I couldn't fit in the fridge. Offer it to me. I'm normal-ish.
Right?
Big mistake. My roommate had to have a talk with me that night about how I should know she would never drink my drinks and it's weird to even offer. What? Being nice is weird?
I hate both of these people. Not the person who's like in the situation.
Like it's
but
not
I
like
hate this
roofie
boyfriend and this
colada.
girlfriend.
Like
I'm curious, like, how the girlfriend's reaction was. Like, is he being really stupid, or like, does she even know that like he had this conversation with her? you know?
Ooh, good point. Good point. The most recent one was when she was watching some Game of Thrones in the living room. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. I just absentmindedly watched a bit standing behind the couch. I laughed at a scene which startled her when she looked up and saw me standing behind her. I got another earful from my roommate about how I needed to stop creeping on her now that I'm home all the time. Long story short, my friend just had a place open up that's cheap and I'm gonna move. I told my roommate and he's pissed because our unofficial agreement, and now he's probably gonna pay full rent for a while. I feel bad because yeah, I did say I wasn't gonna move, but I'm also pretty sick of both of him and his girlfriend. However, I feel kind of guilty because I agreed to their weird rules before all this started back when I thought it'd be okay. My professional opinion, you're not the asshole.
Is it a man writing this?
It doesn't say. It does. I'm just gonna assume it is a man.
So for some reason, I was thinking, I don't know why, I just got this thought that it was a woman.
At first, I thought it was, but then the more that he was like, "Oh, well, you're creeping on her," the more I thought it was a man. And then it makes a little bit more sense in regard to like her being startled and like maybe, you know, but the whole like don't talk to my girlfriend thing is a little weird. You know, maybe she does have like a, you know, like an instance with men where she is like not very comfortable with it. But if that's the case, then you should be a good boyfriend and say, all right, look, dude, sorry, but my girlfriend's got to move in and she's got this thing and it's not going to be a good situation for anybody. You know, like don't make somebody else fucking suffer because of it.
And
then she needs to pick up his side of the rent. Like,
yeah.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
They literally invented this problem by themselves. Like,
yes.
I'm sorry that your girlfriend has these issues or whatever the fuck she's gone through, but also you moved into the house that I'm fucking living in. Like, I get that it's this other dude's house, but like you want me to, you want to have your girlfriend move in and then you want to just fucking say that it's basically not my home anymore. Now I have to suddenly change the way I live.
Prison.
It's a
Yeah.
The whole like not being
kitchen.
Yeah, the whole not being able to go into the fucking kitchen whenever I want. Like, chill the fuck out.
And
right.
And the only thing I could say for the dude or whatever, the
boyfriend,
the boyfriend guy, is if you didn't want the situation to happen, then one, don't make the situation, and two, don't go for handshake deals, man. Like if you're that upset by it, sorry, them's the fucking breaks.
That's the whole thing too. Is like, you can't be upset about, you know, a verbal agreement. You know, in some states, a verbal agreement is considered a contract that you can't break, but
that's like Texas and like fake states.
But he's still on a month-to-month lease regardless, so you know that's it.
And honestly, the thing is too, that shit was agreed upon before this person moved in.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but if the person you moved in is fucking toxic, or at least making the environment toxic for you to live in,
not only that,
I'm fucking bailing.
Not only that, but it might have been one thing when everybody got to leave the house and go to work and then come home. But it's a whole other ordeal now that we're in the pandemic and we're locked down and everybody is working from home. Like, I'm not going to be a prisoner in my house when I can only take a lunch break from this time to this time and I got to go to the kitchen. Sorry, girlfriend. Like, you don't fucking own the kitchen.
And with that too, like, I feel like there's, and we do kind of see some similar patterns with these things where there's a lot of stories where people are like, hey, this person has this issue. Let's fucking pander to them. I'm sorry, but like, that's their issue to deal with. Like,
it's their issue. Like, it's okay to have these issues, but she should not have a roommate. If it's that serious.
Exactly. That's what
she can't, she feels unsafe having a roommate, then
don't put yourself in that situation.
And that's the thing too, is for all we know, she probably told him this and he's probably a stupid idiot and he's like, well, I'm getting money and it's only half thing and this will be just, you know, I just mix these fake fucking rules and then it'll be fine. And she's like, well, I really don't want to do that. And he's like, no, it'll be fine.
I want to hear what she thinks and what she says, because I'm curious. But if it's this bad, then she shouldn't have fucking moved in to begin with. But yeah, no, definitely not the asshole for this at all. I'd fucking bail on that shit. Fuck that.
They're not the asshole.
Yeah, and a coconut water. Coconut water is expensive. I'm not giving that out to people who don't like me.
Yeah, you tell him.
$5 a bottle.
You tell him.
Costco.
Okay, maybe it was $4 a bottle from Costco. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving you my Vita Coco if you're ambivalent at best.
Oh, God.
She's not even going to let you see those toasters on that screensaver.
No.
Oh, God.
God, they're my toasters. And my elite coconut water, okay? God, it's not for everyone.
Oh, fun fact before we go into this relationships. Did you know that there are people out there that are keeping track of the things that we apparently do collectively on the stream or on the podcast? Like,
What do you mean?
Like, I was told that I say, let's just dive into it a whole bunch. Like, that's apparently the thing that I always say, let's dive in.
It's your go-to.
Sam's was
Oh, God.
What was yours?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah, Sam's is oh, God. And then Sushie's, yours was either why are we here or like I don't want to. How do we get here? I think so, like
that sounds about correct.
Yeah. So
I guess
we're our own. Are these things like our mannerisms? Are they like? Was it like don't do that, or is it just something?
It's just something that.
Yeah.
This is I believe it was Wingless who pointed these out. He's like, do you guys know you do these things? So now I'm like hyper aware, and I'm like I won't let him have this. I'm not gonna say those words again.
Thanks a lot, Wingless.
You son of a bitch.
God.
So let's jump on into the next one.
Let's dive on in.
Bye, Koji.
Let's hopscotch into the next story. God, shake it up. You won't get me, Wingless.
I love it here.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So my relationship post is my 24 female boyfriend, 25 male of 2 years, has started exhibiting immature traits that are completely off-put. All right. I moved in with my boyfriend back in May. Until then, everything was roses between the two of us. I would admire him, and he would tell me so many stories of how he managed and overcame difficult situations, which made me feel like I was understood.
What?
As I've been.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I what? Like I can't. Like, is he just sitting on the couch with her, and he's like? And that's how I won the Medal of Honor, baby. What is it like? What?
And then I chased that bear across all of Alaska.
And she's just swooning the whole time.
Trying to be serious.
Wow, I wish that I was as cool as you, Dave.
We can't take this shit seriously at all.
Oh my God. Okay,
yeah, he rustled a bear, duh.
Well, real quick, how old is this dude again?
25.
25. And she's 24.
She's 24.
And they've been together for 2 years, and everything's been roses.
Okay. And then he just stopped chasing bears, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, gee, I was not prepared.
I wasn't
You
either.
read that so seriously, and I just was like...
I had such a stone cold face as you read that. I was like, wait, did she even hear what she read? Like, God, I love Reddit.
Okay. So it made me feel like I was understood as I've been through my fair share of hardships. Since we moved in together, the first problem that hit was a lack of income. That is a problem.
That's a huge problem. All right, Dave. Tracking bears across Alaska is not paying as much as it used to. Gonna need you to get that tech job.
I hate it here. Oh,
Wingless, no!
Wingless, you're ruining our job. God.
He's over there cracking his knuckles like, excellent.
Now he's doing his little laugh.
Holy shit.
If you guys are ever wondering who we're constantly talking about, we're talking about community members in our Twitch channels. So, if you're ever.
And fellow listeners such as you. And if you guys just listened and commented at ESH Podcast or on the YouTube or send us emails, we could mention you as well.
That's true.
Next time, I'm just going to flat out tag him on Twitter.
This one's for you, bud.
I'm going to post his picture up on Instagram.
I'll post his social security number and his mother's maiden name.
Oh, God. Yeah. Sure.
Open up a couple credit cards.
Yeah.
We're just going to got you, Inglis. Sorry.
Okay, so income is a problem.
Okay. He has a job, works properly, but he's dealing with some issues with his boss, which conveniently doesn't have the money when he needs to get paid for one reason or another, or he forgets how much money is owed. Meanwhile, so it doesn't sound like he has a job. He's volunteering.
It sounds like he works for somebody who's a fucking dick.
Right. Meanwhile, my boyfriend never keeps track of his own finances. He's a feather in the wind with these sorts of matters. You know what's also the feather in the wind? My fist to your face.
Well, I don't know what I'm owed this week, you know. Here, just reach in my pocket and take what you think I owe.
It's like a take a penny, leave a penny at 7-Eleven.
How are you going to describe someone as like a feather in the wind while also talking about how they just go out and fuck bears across Alaska?
Wow. He's not fucking the bear. He's chasing the bear.
That we know of.
That we know of.
I've paid his share of rents, utilities, food, and he never ever keeps track of what he owes me. Naturally, this has sparked so many arguments between us and discussions, and he always says he'll get himself in order, but he doesn't. Lately, myself, I've been dealing with difficult situations, a lot of pressure, and a lot of stress, but he seems to be unbothered by this. I'll wake up at 5:30 because he works early, and my mind immediately gets into stress mode by thinking about all the issues that keep me awake. He never comes to bed with me because he'll stay up late streaming, gaming, chilling, and not hear his alarms, etc.
Oh no!
Playing Call of Duty.
Oh no! He's a Twitch streamer. Oh God!
He wants to go full time, guys.
Yeah, he does.
Partner push.
Yeah, he does.
Road to 500 followers.
She's gonna fucking partner push his ass outside this house in a minute.
For real. Your breath smells like a candle.
Oh my God. The next morning, he suffers from headaches and skips work. He doesn't do a great deal for the house, like shopping and taking out the trash. Yesterday, I had a proper meltdown, and while eating at the table with him during my break, I was overwhelmed with emotions and started crying and gasping for air, hands shaking and sweat dripping. He spoke to me a bit and then left to go have a coffee with his mate. Later that night, when he promised he'll spend time with me because I needed some company for support, he invited his friends over. So I fell asleep alone again. This morning, I woke up at 6:30 from his alarms, and he skipped work due to another said headache. And once he slept it off for a few hours, he headed off for another coffee with another friend.
So he has a hangover.
What's that?
So he has a hangover.
He has a hangover, and he's probably dehydrated.
Yeah.
And jobless. So I'm not really seeing any plus signs here.
But he's making so much in bits.
So much. Like
so much
one bit
He has
per
at least
viewer.
5 subscribers.
He has someone who farms bits from those advertisements just for him. 5 pennies. Here we go. I'm head over heels for him, but I feel like he's irresponsible. I've tried addressing all the issues straight up with him through talking, but he always gets defensive and aggressive. I feel like he's a teenager and cannot own up to his own responsibility or doesn't want to. He seems in love as well, so there's no doubt, but I suffer so much with him as I take on bigger burdens that I can handle. I would like to hear your thoughts on this and some advice if anything comes to mind or if you have been in a similar situation. TLDR, my boyfriend is immature and is oblivious that his actions burden on me and cause me anxiety. Dump him, he's toxic.
Dump him, he's toxic.
This is such a hard one because if it's gotten to the point where she's this stressed about it,
it's already bad.
It's already really bad. You also can't get somebody to change who doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't see the actual
need
problem
to because she's paying for everything.
Yeah. But he also doesn't see the actual problem. He doesn't want to. I would say therapy, but they couldn't fucking afford it.
No.
They literally could not afford it.
Yeah.
And for therapy, he would have to give a shit.
He would have to give a shit. Yeah.
It sounds like she's the only one who really cares. And I mean, the thing is, I'm curious how often she's like tried to like really confront the problem and be like, hey, like, listen, like, we're together, but we're not going to be together long if you don't get your fucking shit together.
It sounds like this is a deal breaker, like a huge. I mean, it obviously is a deal breaker, but I'm saying like it sounds like it's a deal breaker for her in the sense that she probably hasn't approached him and said, "Hey, if this continues, like I can't keep going on like this.
I mean, if
something
she's
has to
sweaty
actually
palms and shit like that bad.
Waking
like panic attacks, you know?
Yeah. If she's losing sleep at night because she's thinking about this stuff and then immediately wakes up and it's immediately in her head, like that's how stressed out she is about this situation. And he's not trying to alleviate that at all. And if he is, he's not speaking to her about it. He's not communicating. Like maybe he's stressed out and maybe he's like, you know, trying to like,
and he can't like come to grips with what's actually going on. He's like running a little.
Yeah. And it kind of sounds like that if he is doing all these things that are fun, you know?
Yeah. Like he can't deal with what's actually going on. And then he has a fake job, which is more frustrating because I'm sure she's like, oh, at least he's working, but he's not getting money.
Yeah. It sounds like he's also in a bad situation where like he isn't standing up and telling old dude
the
like,
boss, like,
hey,
you need to pay me every Friday
I'm
the
literally
money
working
that
for
I'm
you
owed.
and I need the money and you need to keep better track of what you're supposed to be paying your fucking employees.
It sounds like it's getting paid under the table.
It does sound like it's getting paid under the table.
Because otherwise there's no way that a company's just going to get away with like not paying their...
You'd be very surprised at what like small business owners will get away with their employees.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for small businesses, so I know. But like at the same time, if it's still a business and you were legally working for them and you filled out W-2 and everything like that, and they don't pay you, then that's something you can take them to court for.
Oh, of course.
Like, so like
documentation.
Yeah, like so realistically, like it sounds like he's probably just getting paid under the table for whatever the fuck it is the job was. Did they say what the job was? Like
no.
Okay.
No.
It's probably
it sounds like he'd be better off working like in a Taco Bell. Like in this situation, it doesn't matter what you think your job is. If you're not making money, put your pride aside, go work in Target, go work
or something. Like it sounds like it's probably just like some kind of just like landscaping or housing, like doing the siding on houses and shit. Because like a lot of times people will do that shit for like, oh yeah, I'll pay $300. Just help me out for the day. Yeah. Oh, I'll get you next Friday. No worries.
Being that like he's staying up late and he has headaches and whatever, he probably sort of understands that this is a really serious situation, but he does it because he's 25.
Yeah.
He's still like his brain is still like just formed. He's not like he maybe doesn't know how to fix it or where to start. So it seems like he is having his own like symptoms of understanding what's going on, but like she's trying to fix it, he's running away.
Yeah.
I want to know what the stories were that he told her that she was just so enamored with.
I know.
I need to know about these war stories or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, she also randomly says that I thought he understood from her background that she's
already had her own
like her own hardships. So it sounds like
and now she's
maybe
back in a bad.
Yeah, maybe, you know, she grew up poor. You know, maybe she grew up with a lot of financial issues. She didn't see herself going back to that. And now that all the fucking world is exploding, like, you know, she didn't see this coming. And she was hoping that she'd have a partner who would maybe at least show that he's on her side. He could be on her side, just not saying anything. But it's really hard to have those conversations and those fights because she's already said they've fought a lot about it. And honestly, once you start fighting about finances with a partner, it's almost over. It's really hard to come back from fighting about finances for so long. It doesn't really recover either.
Even if they get over this hard period, you're always going to remember like what they did or what they didn't do.
Yeah, that's really, really hard.
They put you in danger because your relationship should make you feel safe, especially if you're living with them.
Yeah.
And this is an unsafe situation. Like everything is so like topsy-turvy in general just because of COVID. And then they're living in a dangerous situation. Like what if they lose their housing? What if she loses her job and then there's no income? It's just very unsafe. And I understand where she's coming from. That's terrible.
I mean, honestly, with this, it sounds like her best bet would be either really sit this dude down and act like if they've been together for as long as they have, she shouldn't have a problem talking to him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, like when it gets like, oh, I don't know how to talk to him about this.
They're young though. They're young.
I know,
Yeah.
but like it's
24 and 25, their brains are still this is why I say this like once a week. You really shouldn't get into a serious relationship until after you're 25, 26. Your brain is not formed yet.
But like at the same time, like I can't, I get that they're still young, but I can't just like use that as an excuse for people to always do stupid shit. Like you're 25, you know how to talk to people. You should know how to talk to the person you've been living with for 2 years, like or have been with for 2 years.
Oh, they just moved in May. Yeah.
So like you've been with this person for 2 years. By that point, you should be comfortable enough to talk about anything. And if you're not, then that's a whole other issue right there.
I just realized something too is, you have these scenarios where you have two people who get along really, really well, and they go on for a couple of years, right? And they have really good relationship, and then they move in, and all fucking hell breaks loose. And now you have the added on stress of the pandemic. But you have that added on stress of the pandemic. Nobody's got fucking work. Nobody has any money. Like that's a whole other ordeal to also deal with someone who you've just moved in with,
Yep.
So that's got to be even worse to like overcome. And hell, we're all just learning about that shit ourselves. It's hard to give advice to somebody when you're also going through it,
Right.
Oh, for me, I literally always cope with that kind of stuff by going, okay, well, somehow it makes me feel better knowing that everybody's in the same fucking boat as I am. It's like, oh well, I'm not alone in this misery. So
everyone is suffering with me.
We're all sinking together. Right. It's great. So like somehow that just pushes
we're all
me
on the
through
Titanic.
Yeah. So like with that, I don't know. Like I feel like she should just at least talk to the dude, but at the same time, she needs to evaluate. Like, okay, is it worth it to continue this for your own mental and emotional state, though? Because if she's as bad as she's saying she is,
you're waking up in the middle of the night, you have sweats, like
communication.
That's really bad.
Like we just
long
talked
term
about
for your brain.
In your Am I the Asshole? We just talked about being like a prisoner in your own home. That's what this is. That's another form of being a prisoner in your own home when you're living with somebody that you can't openly communicate with, and you're having these issues. Again, you are now a prisoner in your own home, but in a different way, like you're in a mental cage now. As a fucking physical one.
Definitely communication. Definitely got to talk to him. Then the problem becomes: is he really listening to the actual problem?
And if he's not, then you dump him. He's toxic.
You have to move on because that's just too much stress to constantly argue with someone who doesn't see a problem or doesn't want to change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or doesn't really grasp how serious it is.
Yeah.
If his head is still like he's 20, oh, it's not a big deal, whatever, we'll figure it out. But he's not doing anything to figure it out.
Yeah.
That landlord's gonna send over that eviction letter. What are you gonna do?
Because they don't give a shit.
No, they don't. They do not give two fucks.
They don't care about your problems, unfortunately. Oh yeah, those are good. Those are good. Yeah. You guys can't see what she's doing. That's why we made those random sound effects.
Okay.
She doing little
hocus pocus.
Dance.
Yeah, she's doing her hocus pocus.
It was my hocus pocus dance. It was.
Yeah, these are some good topics.
So we are just now. I say this again. This is going to come out in like a while. 2 weeks. You guys are probably going to hear this, but we're right now, as of recording this, we're kicking off October. We got some interesting things coming up for this coming Wednesday. As opposed to doing our normal missed connections, we're all going to be taking a journal entry from my live journal from when I was like 14 years old.
Aren't you excited?
This is going to be
I'm so excited to read these.
Some good shit this coming Wednesday. So if you guys want to hear some really spooky tales
of AJ's youth,
of my youth, typos and all, then stay tuned for this coming Wednesday for the full episode. We got more stories.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good stuff.
I'm ready to read this dumb shit.
I'm ready to see you two struggle through reading this dumb shit.
I'm just ready to just completely imagine you with the same size head but little body, like just typing out, like
a Q-tip with
like
hands.
a little Q-tip with hands.
I just somehow imagining you two trying to read these. It's gonna be the worst. There's a lot of emojis in it, but not like our modern day emojis, like our
journal emojis.
Our 2001 emojis of fucking little circle underscore big circle bullshit and
the googly eyes.
the googly eyes, ampersand underscore ampersand and all sorts of good stuff.
Underscore ampersand.
Alrighty, well,
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Into next week.
So that being said, thanks so much for listening, guys. If you guys have stories for us, you know where to hit us up at contact@everyonesuckshere.com or on Twitter at ESH Podcast. Be sure to give us all follows. You can find all of our Twitters through various means. They're all posted there everywhere.
Follow, rate, subscribe.
Yeah, do all that stuff. Give us reviews. Yesterday was National Podcast Day. Apparently, I didn't know that was a thing until I saw like fucking. I think Spotify was tweeting about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go out and share the podcast and tag it as National fucking Podcast Day like 2 weeks later.
Yeah. And if you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and click that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the episode. It really helps us out a lot because analytics on YouTube are stupid. But thank you for clicking that button.
Analytics.
And don't forget to subscribe either.
Yeah. Okay, see you Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.